Hello, Tobias here, and this is for the Tom Daniels group build for 2015. This is the final installment on the Flying Ace, which is located here in the middle. The Flying Ace is going to be a companion piece for my Red Baron, which was, I believe, Tom Daniels' first design by Monogram. And what kit was used to create the Flying Ace is the Hangman kit, which you see over here. The Hangman was originally tooled out of the Dragon Wagon and has since been reverse engineered back into the Circus Wagon. So I do not believe the kit is still available, but it is a pretty cool kit if you can come by it. Really great engine that comes with it. The only issues I had with the Hangman were, number one, it doesn't come with a fuel can, so I added a beer barrel fuel can out of an old beer wagon. And then it doesn't have anything like a battery or anything, so I took an old chest from a 1932 Chevy Cabriolet and use that on the back there where you could actually put batteries and such. And I've also added some acetylene tanks on the side there. Those are not part of the Hangman, but otherwise what you see there is a stock Hangman. I weathered it heavily. The first time I didn't like how it came out, so I re-weathered it, and I'm much more happy with the way it is now. Very nice kit. If you can find one, I would highly suggest grabbing one. And then what we have here in the middle is the the World War I Flying Ace, or Snoopy's Flying Ace, whatever I want to end up calling it in the end. You can obviously see that it looks very much like a circus wagon or a Hangman, because of, that's where it comes from. I've done it in a rattle can yellow with orange trim. The doghouse on the back is done in that same orange sherbet. I explained earlier why I chose orange. On the roof of that which is a SPAD 13 center section wing. You'll find a pair of 30 caliber Browning machine guns. These would actually have been used in World War II, not World War I, but I was having a heck of a time trying to find a decent World War I machine gun in 1/24 scale that was affordable. So I finally just gave up and went with this set of Brownings, which are actually 303 Brownings for a Spitfire. It was an aftermarket kit. I ended up getting 6 of those, so I've got plenty of machine guns to do stuff with. The power plant, I managed to fit that AMT 53 Corvette engine in there. Let me try and pick up my camera and move a little closer without messing things up. So I've got it. It's pretty much stock. Whoops. The engine is pretty much stock, and I'm happy with it. I always liked the way that engine looked. The only difference I have is the triple side draft carbs on here are actually off of the Monogram 53 Corvette, so those are a little bit bigger. I did a little plumbing on it, so it's got some nice braided lines for the radiator and such at it. But yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the engine. It was a tight fit, but it did end up fitting. As you can tell, I did not use the wheels that come with the kit. These came out of the parts bin. I'm not exactly what cars they came off of, but I'm happy with them, and it's a nice touch to not have wheels that look like all the other Tom Daniel wheels. As I think I mentioned, the roof is the center section of a SPAD, and the bottom here, the steps are actually the lower wingtips off of a SPAD 13. So, and those are in 1/48 scale. The star on the roof here, the red centered star, that also came out of the SPAD 13 kit. All the other decals were custom. I found them online and then got them to the right size and made my own decal sheet. On the side here, let me take the doghouse off. You see it says flying ace, and then because he is an ace, there's 8 kills listed there. Very little small Maltese crosses for the kills. Also on the inside, if you can make it out there, you see Van Goghs. Actually, Snoopy Van Goghs. I looked on Google for Snoopy and Van Gogh, and then I put those all on the inside of the doghouse. Those familiar with the comic strip know that Snoopy had a Van Gogh in his doghouse, so I thought it'd be a nice way to fill in that doghouse. Inside there, you also find the a trunk and a fuel can. These are off of a old Tijuana taxi. Again, I needed a fuel tank, and that's something that was missing in the Hangman kit, so that's what I did. And I thought it would be great just to put it right there in front, and then when you put the doghouse on, you can get to the fuel can with no problem. The trunk back here, I figure that's for like the battery and other things that you would need for the car to work. The rear tail lights, those are the lights that were on top of the Hangman, but the glass in there is actually out of the 53 Corvette. I took a little red, clear red, and dyed those clear red. The interior of the vehicle is done in gray. Try and get in close to that. Actually, I'll do it this way. And try and get in close this way if we can. You see it's done in gray with the little black lines in there to highlight it. The shifter, instead of having an oil can shifter, it's got a little dog food can shifter. I painted a little black dog on the yellow can. The steering wheel that you see there is actually the horn section off of the 53 Corvette, because that other steering wheel is so big that that comes with the Hangman, and I just wanted something a little bit different this time. All in all, I'm very satisfied with the kit, the way it came out. I will eventually get this doghouse glued in place, but right now I'm still just doing little tweaks to it here and there. One thing I should mention, if you notice over here on the right side of the doghouse, there's no Flying Ace decal. That's because they were being custom made, and like a fool, I only made 2 that said Flying Ace, and because of that, when one of them tore, I didn't have a spare. So I know now that if you're going to make custom decals, it's not a bad idea just to go ahead and make spares of all of them, and that's what I will do in the future. But I think there you have it, my World War I Flying Ace with my little Snoopy figure cursing who else but the Red Baron. So I think it'll look really good together. They'll display nicely together, and I'll be happy with it, I think. But there you go. That's the last for the Flying Ace, unless something dramatically changes with it. In the future, I will be doing some Tom Daniel's group builds for 2016. But for now, I'll just leave you with that glamorous shot of the World War I Flying Ace making its final circuit around. And wish you all well. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.